everybody. How are we doing? I'm going to keep checking in with you. I want to make sure we're all doing great, having a good time. Awesome. So, our next poem, she's one of my favorites. It is our own Ayesha.
Letitia, chill. All right, I'm gonna read some old shit. All right, this is called Plastic Flowers. I spend all of my time alone contemplating what it means to have a home full of plastic flowers. For my next holiday spent alone, I will carve a smile into a pumpkin. I bet you didn't know I hadn't done that since I was a child. This fucking fly. Oh my God. Wait, where was I? God, go away. Okay, I bet you didn't know I hadn't done that since I was a child. I make you so uncomfortable that you can't invite me to the party. When I see plastic flowers in houses, I don't know how I should feel. Does it mean they couldn't keep anything alive, or does it mean they've experienced so much death that they can't take the loss of any other living thing? I spend a lot of time alone thinking about what it means to be me. Perpetual hooded figure always says the wrong things, always says the weird things. My relationships with other people never look normal. Plastic flowers, because something needing you to keep it alive is an inconvenience. We don't know the root is rotting until the petals start falling off and it's too late. I spend a lot of time alone thinking about what it means to have skin. If God becomes the pilot, does that mean I don't have to think? Perpetual walking membrane, walking dead. Jesus Christ. They say I laugh at, oh my God, this is fucking fly. They say I laugh at everything as if that doesn't keep me alive. Plastic flowers because they don't move or grow. Perpetual hooded figure is perpetually standing still, making, taking apart, and remaking handmade halos of plastic flowers, hoping to never know death again, never shake its hand no matter how detached from reality I feel. When someone plucks a flower from its home in the dirt, it has already died. But to you, it is just as beautiful in your hand until it wilts, the more it craves to be closer to the ground and the sun. What does it say about my relationship with the self if I am envious of plastic? They do hold things I often set aside for my next birthday spent alone. I will be the loudest in the room when the candles burn out. And the dog will bark, and the cat will chase the dog. And I will sit on the kitchen floor with a fork and think about how much time I spend alone, and that if plastic flowers held happiness, it would be infinite. That's that one. All right, I'm gonna read other people's shit. This is called Revenge Body by Rachel Wiley. And what if the rumor is true and there is a skinny woman imprisoned inside my bod begging to get out? And what if I swallow my toothbrush one morning and she were to sharpen it against my spine and shiv her way free, leaving this fat hole behind, a cicada shell? Will you call her a thief when she comes to collect everything denied her for the sake of fatness? The racks upon racks of clothing, the unsettled for love, the unashamed sex, the glorious visibility, the basic fucking decency. All of it handed to her in benefaction no matter how rudely she grabs. I am not at all saying that this fat makes me any kind of saint. I am entirely capable of vengeance and pettiness in this very large body. But I am saying that I have never known this thin woman, and I cannot but imagine that she has fermented inside me a bitter concentration of withholding, that she is so very hungry and so very tired of food, that she would certainly come for what is owed her. The same fat you sneer at now, the same fat sneered at without consequence might be your one and only advantage, might be a gift, might be the only barrier between you and a pinless grenade. Who would wear your wedding dress better than you ever could while politely fucking your betrothed, standing up on the very altar where you were meant to say your vows, leaving you alone with only the cake for comfort? Thank you.
Hey, Morgan. And Ayesha. Give it up for Ayesha one more again.
Give it up for Ayesha!
Hey, guess what Jonathan and I are doing on Wednesday?
What are you doing on Wednesday, Link?
I know this.
You know what it is? What is it?
What is
I know
it?
it.
We're going to Young's.
Jonathan and Link are going to be on Wiseau's Kaleidoscope program, talking about this probably. This?
Yes, absolutely. We're
The
gonna be
Dayton
talking
Poetry
about-
Slam. Yes.
This thing that we do.
If you're not familiar,
We got a new buddy cop movie coming out.
What time does it?
8 o'clock.
It airs
Right,
at 8 o'clock, but if you download the NPR One app, you can probably listen to it anytime you want. So, Wiseau is on 91.3.
Yes.
I was like, don't look at me because I have no idea.
Wiseau's on 91.3, and yeah, Kaleidoscope is a really cool program at 8 o'clock. Check out Jonathan and Link. I certainly will. Anything else? Oh, that's a good look for you. All right, let's have another poet up here. Let's have one of the people that's going to be on Kaleidoscope. We're going to have Jonathan. Jonathan, get up here. We like him.
Thank you. I got it off the internet. This is new shit. There we go. Cancel culture used to mean something in this country. It wasn't just a marketing strategy, a way for a PR firm to revitalize the floundering career of that one comedian you liked a few years ago. You remember their name, right? I don't either. But America used to grab tight to cancel culture, hold it close, caress it, cuddle up with it at night, wrapped it up and handed it out like a gift, like a smallpox blanket at Fort Pitt in 1763. Then label them savages, label them godless, mass grave, no grave, just bury them like their history, bury it so deep that when it's finally dug up, it can be denied and justified, baptize the new truth like a Christian twisting testament into torture. Still, there was a time when cancel culture meant something in this country. Turned human being farm equipment, cut out their tongue by cutting out their language, whitewashed their God until his face looked like our God, bleached it as white as the cotton they picked for free, wiped out scientists, wiped out authors, mothers, fathers, children, families. Cancel culture used to mean something in this country. Forked tongues, turned noose, weaponized poplar trees. Fuck your shitty little podcast, your comedy show in a cornfield, your get woke, go broke. Cancel culture used to mean something in this country. Body counts, mass graves, stolen land, bullwhip, crack, illiterate, malnourished, denied the means of upward mobility. Cancel culture used to mean something in this country. Come find me when your favorite millionaire media personality can no longer draw a crowd, a salary, breath. Come find me when cancel culture finally means something again. And I'm sure that you're all sick of hearing this poem at this point, but I'm just as fucking sick of reading it, and I long for the day when it no longer is relevant to anything going on in the world. I long for the day when it is no longer relevant to anything that's going on in the world. Also, just like suspend the image you see on stage, because at best I look like a substitute summer school teacher right now. Like, I was rollerblading and they were like, dude, come teach summer school gym. And I'm like, okay, I guess. Good afternoon, class. Today we will be going over review questions for the math portion of your final exam. Please pay attention as these questions may appear on the test itself. 1. There was a gunman on the mezzanine inside the school's main entrance that has a height of 15 feet. The gunman is 5 feet 4 inches tall. You are standing 20 feet away on the ground level of the school. Next to you, there is a trophy case that is 4 feet tall. If you shelter behind this trophy case, will it provide an adequate angle of depression to keep you out of the gunman's line of sight? 2. A gunman is holding an AR-15 rifle which can fire 120 rounds per minute or 2 rounds per second. The average high school freshman can run 8 miles per hour, which means it will take 25.6 seconds for them to run 100 yards to safe coverage. Assuming the gunman can accurately hit a moving target with the weapon in question 25% of the time, and the weapon will fire 51 rounds in the amount of time it takes the target to reach safe coverage, how many times should the average high school freshman anticipate being shot before they are capable of reaching safety? 3. There are 127 students in the school's courtyard when the gunman opens fire. 12 students will be killed instantly. 23 will suffer mortal injuries and die later in the hospital. 75 will suffer non-mortal injuries. 13 will escape with minor cuts and bruises. What percentage of students walk away from this incident with images of bullets tearing through flesh and their peers bleeding out in the schoolyard permanently engraved in their minds? 4. You are standing 476 yards away from the gunman. He is using an AR-15 rifle. You have just completed a text to your parents letting them know there is an active shooter on campus and that you love them. You are preparing to hit send when the gunman pulls the trigger on what will prove to be a lethal shot. The average bullet speed of an AR-15 rifle is 3,250 feet per second. It will take you 9/10 of a second to hit send. Do you have time to let your parents know you love them before the bullet hits you? 5. James Madison High School has a student population of 932, a combined teaching staff of 232, custodial staff of 30, and an administrative staff of 26. If the active shooter kills or injures 32 students, 14 teachers, 2 custodians, and 2 members of the administrative staff, which group from the total population of 1,220 has been targeted in a high enough percentage to be considered statistically significant? Please remember, failure to pass this exam will prevent you from moving on to the next grade.